Hi, and welcome to the Choose to Be Happy podcast. This show is about getting you to be happier no matter what is going on. About 2 years ago, I was suffering with daily vertigo and migraines. I thought I was going to live that way forever. I had gone from doctor to doctor. They said there was no hope, there was no cure, and I launched into depression and anxiety. And I would look in the mirror, and I just didn't recognize myself. I looked like the shell of the person that I'd once been. And I just remember sitting in the corner of the couch wishing that I could have been a happy mom for my kids. And then one day, my daughter, who was 4 years old at the time, she said, "Mommy, you can choose to be happy." She's right. I needed to be happy. I needed to be happy for my kids. And you know what? I realized I was willing to try everything. I bought all the books. I started meditating and doing affirmations. I journaled and I visualized. I ate all the foods known to be antidepressants, and I cut out all the unnecessary stressors in my life. I started to pray. I danced and I sang and I started moving my body. I spent more time outside. I made sure I was getting enough sleep and drinking enough water. I put on happy music and I started listening to uplifting podcasts, and I began doing all the things I'd found throughout my life that brought me joy. And like a miracle, the anxiety and depression faded and took the vertigo with them. I started dancing in the kitchen with my kids, took myself horseback riding, and I started swimming in the mornings. And one day, I chased my dream, and I started roller skating again with the local derby team. I will never forget that feeling. I laced up my roller skates and I stepped onto the concrete rink, and I just remember that feeling. It felt like I was flying. And it was just this moment where I was just so happy, feeling so alive, and I started crying with the biggest smile on my face. I just was thinking about how grateful I was to be here. Because just a couple weeks earlier, I'd been laying in bed suffering with daily vertigo and migraines, and I believed that I would live that way forever. It made me understand what freedom is. That was the moment that I burst back to life, and I wanted to bottle that energy, and I wanted to figure out if there are ways to feel those feelings often and all the time. And I thought, how can I get other people to feel the way that I'm feeling right now, to overcome whatever it is that's preventing them from living? So I started to reverse engineer how I got to this point, as I realized it was my soul's purpose to help other people who had lost hope. I wanted to help people come back to that feeling of total happiness and freedom, because I realized that we all can choose to get there. We can all choose to be happy. People have been telling me that I look incredible, that I'm beaming with light. They want to know what magic wand I found, and it's not magic. I just made a lot of choices about every single part of my life. I want to help those who might be suffering. I want to help those who might not have access to the resources that I had. I want to help people for free, because everyone deserves to hear this. I want to show you that regardless of your circumstances, no matter how bad things are, you can still be happy. Subscribe and start binging the Choose to Be Happy podcast and share it with everyone you know who is struggling. Let's choose to be happy so that we can let ourselves sparkle. Start listening now.